back to the Sidetrack'd podcast.
Oh my god. What are you talking about? We're really about to do this all over again.
Welcome back to Sidetrack'd season 2. Let me stop. But yeah, I'm your host, Mary Jo Jessica. It's been the hottest of minutes. I'm aware. I am so fully aware it's not even funny anymore. But you know, I had some good reason for being away for so long, but I missed you guys, so I had to come back. You know, I was never gonna stop, trust. But I think the most, like, probably the biggest reason I neglected you guys for so long, or I left, you know, my podcasting days, is because I had a lot on my plate. I graduated in December and I was locked in on graduating. That's the realest truth. Because we're getting down to the line, and if I fail a single class, then we're not graduating in December. So I had to lock in real fucking hard. And if y'all know me at all in person, you know that was difficult to lock in, because I don't do that. I procrastinate so hard. But that was just part of it. That was just part of the reason why I left. Another reason was I was outside this summer. I don't mean like that. I mean, I was out of the country, because fuck, I hate it here. I was on so many vacations this year and I loved every second of it. So I'm not going to apologize for that ever. So that was another reason. Like, it was just like, because I did film an episode back in May that never got released, never got edited. And I don't even know what I talked about, if we're being honest. And that is because after I shut off this camera, I forget everything I say. So maybe I'll release it this new season, I guess. But yeah, I have no idea what I talked about, and it really was something sweet for the kids while I was finishing finals, but my heart wasn't in it, so I didn't want to post it. I don't remember what I talked about, but I remember, like, during the episode feeling like this doesn't feel like something I am actually passionate about, because most of the topics, I would say all the topics, the reason why I started the podcast is because I can talk for a long time about a lot of things, so why not do it? Because who's gonna stop me? Yep, I'm gonna leave that statement there. But so I have a list of things, you guys know this, but I have a list of things that I want to get through, and if there ends up being more things that I want to talk about when I get through that list, so be it. But I do have, like, basically in my mind, an ending of this eventually. Obviously, like, I don't think this is gonna be something that lasts forever, but it's something that I want to do right now. But at the time, I wasn't, like, my heart wasn't in it for any of the topics that I had on the list. Like, obviously I do care about those topics, but at the period of time that I was in my life back in May, I wasn't in it, like, at all. So I was all like, you know what, let me not post this episode and have, like, an episode out that I'm all like, oh, this isn't my best shit. Because I really do like all the episodes, even the ones that don't do so well, because it's stuff that I care about, but that episode was just never gonna see the light of day, but I'd have to listen to it back to see if that's even true. So it was school, going on vacation, and I can't lie, I might have fucked around and got my heart broken maybe once or twice. And by got my heart broken, I mean I kept on fucking with a nigga who repeatedly showed me that I shouldn't fuck with him. And I didn't listen. He was literally screaming at me, don't fuck with me. And I said, fuck, I want to. So that's my bad. So I wouldn't say heartbroken, but I would say that that took up significant amount of my brain space. I'm not embarrassed to say it, because, you know, there's nothing embarrassing about liking someone else. And I'm telling myself that because I do think it's embarrassing sometimes for myself, like the way that I act, but, like, I need to get over that shit real quick. But I will say that he was embarrassing, and I hate that man. But hey, out of all my past prospects, he might have been the nicest to me, which is sad to say, but that's neither here nor there. And then recently, like last week, stop. Recently last week, I may have been ghosted. For all I know, he's MIA. But Buki, come back home, the kids miss you, please. He's not gonna hear this, so that's why I'm acting like this, but he might hear this, but I'm joking. Obviously I'm not like heartbroken over him, because we had only been talking for like a month, so it wasn't even like that deep. But I do miss him, so come back, please. That's another thing that's changed in my life. I don't know, this is just kind of like a catch-up vlog. Please, Mary Jo, I'm starting on my social media back again, so the lines are getting blurred, but you will be getting more YouTube videos from me on my main channel, more TikToks from me, more Instagram posts from me. I'm getting back on my shit, bitches, because we graduated in December and I don't want to work, so this social media thing gotta pick up. But no, this is just a like getting back in the swing of things, like telling you what's been going on in my life, because it's been a lot. But I told y'all back in December when I was doing the little like goals for 2024 podcast episode with Leticia, but yeah, I stuck to my word. I told y'all that I was gonna swear off men. I told y'all I was swearing off men and dating up until I turned 21, and I did turn 21. I did. I hit the big 2-1. So I did start dipping my foot in the little dating pool, but I didn't want to do too much because my birthday's in summer, and this summer was about summer flings for me. I wanted a little cute little thing. I did a cute little thing, I'm not gonna lie. I had my flings here and there. That for me it was a fling, and for them it was very much like a little bit more serious, I could tell. And I don't want to hurt anyone, so I had to cut all that shit off, because I'm an empath, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to hurt anyone. I didn't want to make anyone feel bad, so I had to teeter out those relationships. My goal is never to hurt anyone, which is why I don't do the whole like, when I'm doing the dating thing, it's never like I got a roster. I can't do a roster. Maybe it's my neurodivergent fucking brain, but I can't focus on more than one thing at once. So trust. And I hate to say this because I wish I was a player, but I'm not. I'm truly not. But if we're talking, you're probably the only one I'm talking to, because I don't have the energy nor the time to talk to multiple people at once. It's just, and it sucks. It sucks because like, I know, I'm living it. I know, I'm fully well aware. But yeah, no, I can't talk to multiple people at once and give you all my attention. If you feel like I'm talking to you and you don't have my full attention, or you feel like I'm fucking leaning the fuck out, there's probably someone else, because I cannot focus on more than one thing at a time. But yeah, since we're on the topic of dating and all that shit, I wanted to talk about something that happened, like it was a few weeks ago now, but I started watching, like, not watching anime, but I got a Crunchyroll subscription because it came, like, I got like a little free trial, and I was like, ooh, I can watch a bunch of animes, and most of the animes I watch are BL. Let's just put that out there up front. But like, also, like, I feel like I watch all different types of like media, if that makes sense. Like, I watch like literally anything. If it's a TV show, it got acting in it, I'm sitting down, I'm watching it. Like, I don't care what it is. If it's a good plot, it doesn't have to necessarily be good writing or good dialogue. If I can get the gist of the story, like, I'm gonna watch it. I just, it doesn't matter what it is. But I recently because all of our accounts are tied in my house, my older brother had seen me watching like anime, and like I saw a TikTok about like how like you can't talk to like like hardcore anime fans about BL anime, because it's not the same thing. Like, a lot of times when girls watch BL anime, it's like they're not gonna understand a lot of the things that you're talking about. But he had asked me what I was watching, and I just didn't want to tell him, because it's not like we're gonna sit down in a little circle and start bonding over anime. But he had assumed that the reason I was watching anime was because of a guy. Like, he thought that a guy had put me onto anime. No sir. But two, I think it's kind of funny that, like, because I have in the past done stuff to to have stuff in common with my crushes. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, in the past, I'd be all like, "Ooh, you like." I can't even like think of like something that I've done because like it was so long ago. Ooh, when I was really young. Oh, that was so sick of me. Oh, I don't even want to think about this. Okay, when I was really young, and not to say that I didn't like these things, but like I would talk about it more often if I knew that my crush liked it. But I used to watch WWE just because of the people that I grew up around. And I found out that my crush also liked WWE. And then I was like, oh, I should start talking about this. Because, like, I genuinely, like, I be a fan of stuff in silence for the most part, just because I have no one to talk to, like, talk with about it. Like, if I have a group of people to talk about it with, trust, I will. But, like, I don't, like, out loud, I'm not a fan of most things. But, I had, like, this, like, makes me sick. This makes me sick to think about because it was so cringy at the time. But, like, I had, like, made it known that I was, like, into WWE because I liked him. But, I haven't done that in so long because I think it's just so weird. And I stop myself whenever I'm thinking about doing it. Like, I was talking to someone recently and they were watching the show and I had heard about it before, but I had no reason to start watching the show. And I was like, well, if they're watching it, then maybe I should start. And I was like, stop, baby, don't do that. Because I genuinely, like, the last time I, like... Because then it ruins it for me. Because if I actually started watching the show and I started liking it, then now that I'm not talking to that person, it'd be all like, now I have to think about you every time, like, I do this. Like, it's sick, it's sick, it's sick. I know. And I need to get over it. But I can't. Because there was one guy that I was talking to, and he religiously, like, he wouldn't use the laughing emoji with, like, the tears. Like, he religiously only used the skull emoji. And this was, like, very long ago, so before like the skull emoji was like very before the skull emoji was extremely popular, right? So I naturally like just like adopted it into the way that I text, and I have not been able to stop. Like, that is so ingrained in my body, and sometimes I'll like go to Preston and I'm like, I like think about him and I'm like, oh, this is like sick. This is like genuinely sick because I use that emoji like no one's business, and he introduced it to me. Like, I hate that. There's like so many shows that I can't watch now because like I only started them because they were all like, oh, you should watch this show. And I'm all like, yeah. If they ask me to do it, like if I'm talking to someone and they're all like, oh, we should watch a show together, of course I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna be like, no, I don't want to watch anything with you because if this doesn't work out, no, I'm not psychotic. But if I'm doing it without them knowing, that's when it becomes a problem. Like, if I start watching something because I want to start talking to you and be like knowledgeable about something that you like, no, I won't ever do that. So like, I find it hilarious when people try to call me out on that shit and be all like, oh, you're doing this for a man. The last time I did something for a man, I was probably 12. I don't like you bitches. No, I'm joking. Let me stop. But genuinely, like, I don't do anything to appease men ever. So I found it funny when my brother came up to me and he was like, oh, you like clearly the guy that you're talking to like put you onto that. And I'm like, one, no, I don't even think he watches anime. But two, why would I ever do something to appease a man? Like, why would I ever do that? Like, why would, gross, that's disgusting. For me, I say for me because I know how y'all like to tussle when I get crazy with my verbiage. But yeah, it's very good to be back. It's very good to be back in the podcast studio. And I can't wait to make clips for this shit too. I also no clue what I'm titling this. I already have ideas for the next few episodes. See, before I left back in May, and I'm only calling this season 2 because we took such a long hiatus and I feel like I want to change the dynamic of how this shit was going. You better, I hope you can't hear that bird. Cause what the fuck? Anyways, it's loud as all hell. Bitch, shut up. Anyways, I also only got a few minutes cause I don't know when they're gonna get back home. And I live with 4 other people. And they loud as fuck because they're Africans. Sorry. Anyways, that wasn't what I was trying to say. Back in May, when I was thinking about like the next few episodes, I had some shit planned like in motion, and then I just like stopped because I just stopped doing everything. Like, I a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in the next few weeks is going to be what happened during that period of time of my life. Because honestly, I had a pretty dope summer. I'm not going to lie. This was probably one of the best summers, dare I say, of my life. Actually, number 2. I stand by the statement that I believe 2016 summer was the best summer of my life. And I don't care if that makes me nostalgic or cringy. They're home. Fuck. Anyways, I don't care if that makes me nostalgic or cringy, but it's true. It's true. That's my number 1. But summer 24, that's my number 2 right now. Because I can't think of anything better than this summer. Like, it really was. I went on 3 vacations. And, I hung out with a lot of people, which is hard for me because of my schedule. That's also what, I feel like I need to work on for the end of the year, obviously, because obviously I have all these different things that I'm doing. I have school, I have work, I have social media, the podcast. It's just a lot. And I know that people don't take a lot of the shit I do seriously, but I do. I take it very seriously. Oh, and then social life in general. That's what always ends up getting neglected is my social life. And I apologize to all of my friends. But, you see me. And, the thing is, it's not like I'm, out doing fun shit. Know that if I'm not hanging out with you, I am miserable. Okay? I swear to God, if this camera is focusing in and out, I'm going to lose my mind. No, but I can... Once I finally settle into this, I'm very excited because I'm trying to keep this episode a surprise because I don't want anyone to know I'm coming back. I want it to be Thursday night, I'm posting little clips, and then Friday morning, bam, here you go, I'm back. Because I really want this season to go differently. I genuinely thought at the end of May that we would be able to pick up episodes and that I'd be able to start posting weekly, which I still want to transition over to. But on top of that, I just remembered another reason why we couldn't film this summer is because I am in the attic, and I've said this before, but she got no ventilation, no heating, no cooling, none of that. HVAC system doesn't exist up here. So, what's it called? It's hot as balls all the time in the studio. And because of that, my camera, all my equipment, I'm using 3-4 different lights, all this shit here, everything started overheating, so it was impossible to film an episode without technical difficulties. So yeah, that was also a problem. But we're back. We're better than ever. I am very, very excited to start the season. I do have at least 2 guests lining up for the next 2 weeks. And obviously, after I finish recording and editing this, I'm going to send out a few emails, a few DMs, see who else I can get on the podcast, because I genuinely do like having conversations with so many of you. The conversations I've had on this podcast have been amazing, and I want to keep on having them. And hopefully, now I'm getting into the swing of school. Hopefully, I can graduate in December, and you'll be getting more content from me once that happens, obviously, because I'm going to school full time right now, and it's 5 days a week, most of the week, and I'm working full time because a bitch is broke. Oh my God. I just remembered I have shit to do. I do, in fact, have shit to do. That's crazy. That's insanity. But I don't know. I think that's where I'm going to end today's episode. I know it's a little bit shorter, but this was just hey, I'm back. We're back. And I'm not going anywhere. I could sit here and film another episode, but I got shit to do. As I just said, I'll probably film Tuesday, maybe. I can film Tuesday before school. Yeah. So, hopefully there's no more long hiatus. I apologize greatly, but not really, because I was having the time of my life, but also apologize greatly. But you guys love me, or else you wouldn't be here right now. So I thank you again for sticking with me, because I wouldn't have. But no, I'm joking. But yeah, let me remember how I do my outro because I'm fucking blanking. If you want to stay up to date with anything going on with podcasts, you can follow us on all social media, TikTok, Instagram at Sidetrack'd Podcast. And if you want to keep up to date with my life, because I'm just so amazing. Why wouldn't you? My Instagram is Mary Jo Jessica, and my TikTok is MaryJo.Jessica. You know the drill. I tried to get that change. I was so hopeful I was gonna get that change because before we sign off, I was so hopeful I was gonna be able to get my TikTok name changed, because the reason why I can't have Mary Jo Jessica no dot is because I had, I guess during the pandemic, started an account with that name, which for what reason I couldn't tell you, but I didn't post on it ever. Like I posted one video and then never posted on it again. I tried to get back into that account and it was like, you've been locked out of this account, whatever. They deleted the entire account. So now the username is not in use by any account. And every time I try to change it, they're all like, no, but there is an account with this name. And I'm like, no, there isn't, because you deleted it. So just give me my goddamn handle back. But we know how TikTok help. Is that what they're called? TikTok help? I think so. We know how they like to play. They're not helpful at all. So I'm probably never gonna get Mary Jo Jessica, which is sad, but I'm glad that no one else can use it. No, I'm not. I want it. Why don't I have it? Anyways, that has been Sidetrack'd, and I will talk to you later.